Hello everyone, welcome back. We are continuing with the sixth section of Klal 2 of Sefer Chavetz Chaim. And in this section, Chavetz Chaim lists the fourth qualification that limits the Apitlasa license to a fixed area. Till this point, we listed three qualifications that allows you to relay information that was shared in the presence of three people. And now the Chavetz Chaim limits this license further to a fixed area. So it's permitted to relate the Lashon Hara only if it was said only in the city in which the information was said in the presence of three people. So let's say in city A, the Lashon Hara was said in the presence of three people. You're only allowed to say it in city A. You're not allowed to say it in city B, even if the Chavetz Chaim says there's continuous travel. For example, there are caravans between the two cities. Now, however, the Be'er Mayim Chaim, the commentary on Sefer Chavetz Chaim, clarifies that only particularly sensational or particularly big pieces of information, Lashon Hara, will pass from city to city. More mundane pieces of Lashon Hara, such as, for example, Ruvain is a poor worker or something along those lines, will not necessarily be transmitted between cities, and therefore you're not allowed to say it in a different city because, as we explained previously, you're probably going to be the initial source of that negative information, which is, according to the Rambam, what prohibits Lashon Hara. And furthermore, even if it's in the very same city where the initial three people heard the Lashon Hara, the Apet Lasa license is still limited if the city is a big one. So for example, you heard it in the city of Seattle. Since Seattle is a very big city, and it's not sure that all the Lashon Hara will spread throughout the whole city, therefore, you're not allowed to say it, to repeat the Lashon Hara information. Nowadays, however, since information is usually shared online through phones, emails, social media, and so forth, the likelihood of information being heard in another city is no more greater than the likelihood of it being heard in the same city. And therefore, the distinction is no longer applicable. Some authorities say that it's limited to your social group, social circle that you talk with, that you're allowed to repeat the information. But outside your social circle, even if it's in the same city, it's still prohibited. Nevertheless, it's difficult to pinpoint which people are halachically deemed connected with one another, especially with the day of social media, this age of social media, and therefore, from a practical standpoint, this license does not apply anymore. And that is it for today's section. Thank you very much for listening.